Hey pals, welcome to my channel. My name is Valerie and I'm so glad you're here today. So I'm pretty excited for today's meal because I wanted to kick off my birthday month with some of my favorite food. Obviously we are having Filipino food today, so I got some Filipino breakfast. This is garlic fried rice, over easy eggs, and a sweet longanisa. So it's like a Filipino sausage. It's seasoned, and a slice of tomato. I know, super random, but I guess it's supposed to bring a thing of a refreshing bite. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. Also, with the longanisa, I got a spicy vinegar dipping sauce. So I'm excited for that. I really love, dipping my meat in vinegar, especially if it's nice and spicy. I'm salivating just thinking about it. Also, I have, I got half and half, half garlic fried rice and half steamed white rice. I got beef tapa, which is sliced beef with onions, and also one of my OG faves, I got, I'm trying not to spill this. This is Dinuguan. So it is cooked pork blood and pork stuff in here. It's really delicious. It has a really creepy dark color, almost black. It's so good though. Trust me. And that's what I got the white rice for, because to me, the dinuguan is really flavorful. It's best to eat it over plain white rice. I have my super cold, unintentional matching, but I have my water cup and my metal straw, because save the turtles, right? So I hope you have something delicious to eat with me as well. Yeah. Let's dig in. So I'm just now realizing that I don't think I've ever eaten with utensils in the car. I've just gotten foods that, you can eat with your hands. And I'm realizing that it's, low-key difficult to eat so high up. It's okay. I think I'll manage. Okay, so, my yolk popped, my egg popped. I got eggs over easy, so the yolk's just escaping me. That's like legit one of the best parts besides the meat dipped in vinegar. So here is the sweet longanisa. They also have, I'm not sure if this place has it, but they also have hot longanisa as well, but I like the flavor of sweet ones. So it's a nicely seasoned Filipino sausage. It's a little guy. Gonna dip him over in the spicy vinegar. My car's gonna smell like vinegar. That is so good. So you get that. You get some of your rice. And get a bite of the egg. That is yummy. Oh man. That reminds me of breakfast growing up. We didn't have cereal, breakfast cereals, French toast or anything like that. This was like legit typical breakfast. Rice, something like longanisa or beef tapa. I mean, legit breakfast was most of the time leftover food from dinner. But hey, it's what I grew up with. You get that nice, refreshing tomato bite. This is so good. This really reminds me of my childhood growing up. The flavors. This is definitely one of those stick to your stomach breakfast. So I got the food from this Filipino place in Moreno Valley called Banig. I'll put their information in the description box below. You can check them out. And I mean, the people who work there, every single time that I've gone there, they've been very, very friendly, very, very nice. I was actually reading some of their reviews on Yelp this morning, and I was just surprised. Like, there were so many like hater comments on there talking about somebody who was rude or whatever. And I mean, granted, I don't go here every day, but I've eaten here, well, I would say quite a few times actually. I've gotten food from here, and I've never experienced that ever. And their food has always been pretty decent. So those reviews, I don't know, man. Maybe they're going on an off day. Who knows, but this stuff is good. And they said it's spicy vinegar, but I don't really taste the spice. It's still good though, because it still has the vinegar. That bite of vinegar. Vinegar does something to the meat that really makes it more flavorful. I had a before I came here, I was like, I know I'm gonna get the Longanisa breakfast. I wonder if I should bring Tabasco for the Longanisa, because I love it. That sweet and spicy mixture. So good. So, how are you doing today? Do you have anything fun planned for your week, your weekend? So, the other day, we had some family come over to visit. Cooked up some finger foods. Put on the Avengers movie, and just had a good time visiting with them. It was really nice to see them after. They've been gone for a little bit, so it was really nice to visit with them. So you know, it was very good to have them over, honestly. Also, so at towards the evening, well, it was like late evening, I would say. They had gone home, and then we were kind of winding down for the night, and so we had decided, the adults had decided, me and my boyfriend and his mom, that hey, let's go down to the jacuzzi, you know, kind of chill out for a little bit. The weather was pretty nice in the evening by that time already, and so it was like, yeah, this was like a perfect night. Now, we live in a gated community, and there's like a clubhouse area where there's a gym, a pool, and a jacuzzi, kind of like for the residents of that gated community. And so we had gone down there, and mind you, I was ready to go. Had my bathing suit on and everything. and I was ready to get in some jacuzzi action, you know. This fork is doing too much. We drive up, and there are a ton of cars in the parking lot. And mind you, it's like 9:45, 9:45 by the time we get up there. So, like I said, we're in a gated community. And then to get into the clubhouse area, you need a key fob, which only residents have. We had gone in, and the area, the gated area into the pool / jacuzzi area, it was propped open. And I'm like, what the heck? You know, this late at night, what? You know, I would understand it being propped open if maybe you were bringing stuff in and you didn't want to have to keep, excuse me, oh gosh, I'm burping. So I would understand if you were maybe bringing, you know, food in, because there's an area where there are grills out there and tables and pool chairs, lounge chairs, so you can kind of hang out, maybe have some food there. So, you know, I would understand if you were maybe transporting things from your vehicle to that area, so you'd prop it open for a little bit. But this was just propped open and nobody was coming or going. And so we're like, okay, that's weird. I've never seen that. So, you know, we go in and we kind of check it out. As we're pulling up, I mean, we can see that there are a ton of people in there, which is pretty unusual because this is a pretty small gated community. And so my boyfriend's mom goes and checks, and you know, she comes back and she's just like, there are like 20 plus people there. And we're just like, man. And they were like all around the jacuzzi. They were blasting their music. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that, like especially that late at night, because I mean, obviously it's late and there are residents who live like closer to the pool area. So I'm pretty sure they don't appreciate you blasting like your music like that. But they had like, I mean, it looked like they were having a party, which I said that was pretty, you know, common for people to have their get-togethers and stuff like that. But I mean, a little common courtesy. This is like a community area. You're pretty much monopolizing one, you know, an entire portion of it when it's open to all the other residents. And you know what? I'm not even gonna go there with, we had discussed like, I wonder if these people even live here. Like, why do they have the door propped open like that? The gate propped open like that. It was just weird. Again, like I said, it's a whole nother story about like, do these people even live here? Why are they, I mean, whatever. They look like they had been there. They were like drinking, eating, blasting their music. I probably sound like a cranky old fart, but I just thought that was pretty inconsiderate. Long story short, we didn't end up going into the jacuzzi. I was really, really disappointed. I was saying, hey, why don't we ask them, you know, if, or how much longer they were going to be at the jacuzzi, because there were people in the jacuzzi, there were people around the jacuzzi. It's like they had moved all the pool furniture, the lounge chairs and tables to that area and made it like kind of, but my boyfriend was like, you know what, it's late and I'm tired and I just don't want to deal with like that right now. So I was super bummed. And he's like, and honestly, I wanted to go to the jacuzzi to relax, but they're like blasting their music. And he's like, I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm like, yeah, me neither. So we left. I was, again, super bummed out. Like, you don't even know. I was so looking forward to it. A relaxing, like, dip in the jacuzzi. And it didn't happen. So, you know, bummer. But I wish, you know, those folks would have been a little bit more considerate. And if they did live there, great, you know. Welcome to the community, right? If they don't, you're a bunch of jerks. But still, if you're gonna have that many people, be considerate of the other residents who live there. Like, it's not your private backyard where you can just kind of do whatever you please. So, and be respectful of the neighbors who live nearby. Blasting your music like that. Because I'm pretty sure the neighbors that are closer to the clubhouse area didn't appreciate that. Because they're going at it pretty hard. Pretty loud, rather. But yeah. So, bummer, no jacuzzi. Maybe tonight. Weather permitting. This is really good. The beef dipped in vinegar, and you get that nice crunch from the onion. Super, super yummy. I still have my Dinuguan. It's my favorite. Well, behind the Longanisa breakfast. I like it more than this. But I want to eat it. But I know that it's going to get all over my teeth. So I'm trying to put it off for last. So, yeah. I still haven't gone to the OC Fair yet. Oops, sorry. I really want to go. But it has been so super, super, super hot out. So that's been like a huge deterrent. But we'll see. We'll try again this weekend. But I don't know. It's not that I don't like the heat. It's not that at all. It's, the way the heat affects me nowadays is really, it sucks because if I'm out too long out in the sun, I start getting a headache because of the heat. And I used to think, okay, maybe it's because I'm like super dehydrated, and that had a little bit to do with it, but no, I just get these really bad headaches if I'm out too long in the heat, and it's just, and it progressively gets worse the longer that I'm out in the heat. So, you know, when you're out there in the OC Fair, honestly, I would go for the food, Not so much the rides, but I do want to have fun and spend some time with family and stuff like that, take my kids there. But I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I have to sit down and find shade because I'm dying, because my head feels like it's going to explode. You know, I don't want to be that buzzkill. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can bring an umbrella or something. I'm turning into my mom, where she's like, sunlight. I think that's pretty true for like a lot of like traditional Asian moms, or they're like, you know, you go to the beach on a nice sunny day and everybody's in their bikinis or tank tops, or the guys are shirtless. Hopefully the girls are not shirtless, not in these beaches here, but you see the Asian parents with like the sun hats, umbrella, long sleeve, long pants. Oh man, it's hilarious going to the beach, man, with my parents, because they're like covered head to toe. They don't play with that sunlight like that. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I love it when it's sunny out, because it does, you know, really feels like it's giving you like, ooh, that boost of energy. But again, being out in the heat too long, my head starts to hurt. So if you've ever run into that, let me know. And if you know any way to kind of help with it, let me know. I'd greatly appreciate any suggestions or solutions. Like, I'll take some Tylenol or ibuprofen. But it still ends up turning into just like a full-blown, like, I can't even keep my eyes open because my head hurts so much kind of thing. Okay, I'm gonna eat the Dinuguan. I don't want it to get cold. You're just gonna have to deal with my teeth, people. Sorry. There it is. Ooh. So good. They'll usually have like random pepper. Oh, here it is. Yeah, like a random pepper in there. See, this one's pretty big, so like you can actually see it, but sometimes like they get cut down too small. And I've had some where, you know, I'm just eating and eating, and this is not a spicy dish, and I'll bite into a big old chunk of pepper like that. And I don't mind spicy food, but it's just like, my stomach's like, why you do this to me? Like, so I try and find those like big chunks of pepper like that. I think it's supposed to like flavor the dish. This is good. Oh man. This is really good. I don't know how to describe its taste. Irony? Because it's cooked pork blood with pork chunks. It's so good. It's one of my favorite Filipino dishes. Oops, as I spit everywhere. I would have to say another Filipino food favorite of mine is kare-kare. It looks like kare with a K, not a C. Kare-kare. And it's like this peanut saucy kind of, is it a stew? I think it's like thicker than a stew. It's like meat with like gravy. And oh man, if you give me a bowl of that, sometimes it has beef. I've had it with oxtail too. It has tripe. That's good in there too. And it has some big chunks of veggies in there. Oh, that's so good. It's making me hungry for it. So you give me a bowl of kare kare and steamed white rice and bagoong. And you're probably wondering what bagoong is. It's fermented shrimp paste, super salty. It has like this really bright, sometimes it's pink, sometimes I've seen it more purple color. And you only eat a little bit of it, you know, every time you take a bite, just to cut through that that richness of the peanut butter, yeah, the peanutty sauce in the kare kare. And oh man, you put that over rice, it's so good. A little bit of the bagoong with each bite. Oh, that's perfect. This Filipino place doesn't have it. However, across the street is another Filipino restaurant called PI Grill, and they make kare kare. They're more of a sit down and dine in kind of Filipino restaurant, whereas this one, it's like a fast, like, okay, I want that, and then, so they're out in like these warming trays, and you just kind of, you know, it's a faster, like, if you're on the go kind of, I just want food and I want to get out of here type place. So this PI Grill, they make kare kare, and I would go there to eat, but I don't know if they just have like one chef back there. The food is delicious. The food is bomb. Don't get me wrong, I love their food there. They are so good. The flavor is just amazing. 5 out of 5 flavor, amazing. But it takes so long to get our food. Every single time that I've gone there, it's always been like empty, or aside from maybe one other person already eating, so they already have their food. But every time I've gone there, oh geez, it's like a pain in the butt to like order, and then just sit there and wait for your food. Like, I've waited close to an hour for like 4 entrees, and I was like, so irritated, because it's like, okay, you have like no other customers, right? You have no other patrons. And the one dude, the last time they went there was one dude who was already eating. And, you know, I placed an order to go. And it took almost an hour to get 4 entrees. I was so irritated. But man, their food is so good. Their food is delicious, but I don't have like an hour to wait to make 4 entrees. Ugh. That's probably why it's so good. That's why it takes so long, but I was super disappointed. My kids love their food. I love their food. But maybe if I have a lot of time on my hands, I'll go. But not today. This is so good. I would love it when my mom would, you know, make this for us when we were kids. And she made, I would have to say, because another, you know, more commonly known Filipino food is like lumpia, which is like an egg roll, but Filipino style. So, the lumpia is like meat rolled into a wrapper, and then fried. And you know, everybody has their own like touch when making like their dishes and stuff like that. But I would have to say my mom has made hands down the best lumpia ever. Like, just compared to other Filipino foods that I've tried, my mom's lumpia is the best for sure. Not gonna lie though, I would like avoid helping her make lumpias because it's so tedious to me. And I've made lumpias with my kid, or my kids have helped me make lumpia before, but it's tedious. Like, you gotta mix the meat, make sure you're, you know, getting the seasoning right, and then you gotta peel the wrapper, which is pretty much the part that the kids do. They peel the wrapper because it comes frozen in a pack. I forget what it's called. It's like red with black border. I recognize it when I see it, but do I remember the name? No. Because any other wrapper, it's different. It's a different texture. So it's either too thick or too paper thin. Anyway, peeling the wrapper, you gotta be careful. You gotta be patient. You don't want to tear the wrapper. Of course, my kid's like, but even when I used to peel the wrapper for my mom, I would get so frustrated because it's like slow, perfect. And you're like, yeah, I got it. And then a little tear. It's like, oh. So then you got to be careful, right, with the rest of it so the tear doesn't get any bigger. Sorry, Mom. But, you know, it is good. It was a nice bonding process to help my mom and then carry on that tradition. I make my style lumpia, which is very close to my mom's, but I'd say my mom's tastes better. And have my kids help, and my kids have helped me and my mom make lumpia. But like I said, to me it's so tedious that I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I don't make it often, but whenever we do, and my mom as well, whenever we do, it's just we make a ton. We make a whole bunch, and then whatever we don't plan to cook that day, we freeze it. We put it in containers, and we put it in the freezer. So that way, when we do want to have lumpia, then they're just ready. We just take it out of the freezer, thaw it, and then fry it up and ready to go. It's good. And you can eat it plain. It's an egg roll, but Filipino style. So it has meat, it has onion, it has celery, but no, did I say celery? No, meat, onion, carrot rather. Why did I say celery? And chopping the vegetables for it, you have to do it very, very, very fine. Very fine. And because if it's too big, like, you shouldn't be able to like bite into it and like, there's carrot in here. And cutting carrots, yeah, not a fan of cutting carrots. But anyway, so, yeah, those are some of the Filipino dishes I enjoy, for sure. Oh, I'm getting full, which is nice because I have a lot of leftovers for later in the day. Whew. All right, I am super stuffed. Alrighty, thank you so much for spending time with me today, pals. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Also, if you have any other suggestions on what you'd like to see me try, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos. Also, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post new content. it's been great. This food was absolutely delicious. I really miss eating Filipino food. I can eat it every day. Oh, reminds me of my childhood for sure. It's delicious, and if you get a chance to try out some Filipino food, I definitely recommend it. And if you do, let me know how your experience went. I am definitely interested in hearing what you think about Filipino food as well. Anyway, again, super excited because I had some yummy, delicious food to kick off my birthday month. I'm super excited because it's my birthday month, period. And I hope you are able to enjoy this birthday month with me. Anyway, until next video, take care. Bye.